Hello friends, and welcome back to Restaurant Recipe Recreations. And if this is your first time joining us, then welcome. Restaurant Recipe Recreations is a channel dedicated to teaching you how to create your favorite signature dishes and recipes from the most popular restaurants. And in this video, I'm going to teach you how to recreate the very popular appetizer from California Pizza Kitchen called the Spicy Buffalo Cauliflower. Now, if you were to say it this way and say the Spicy Buffalo Cauliflower from the California Pizza Kitchen, it's kind of hard to say. But in all honesty, this dish is very easy to make. And it's a great vegetarian alternative to buffalo chicken tenders. But even if you're not interested in the vegetarian aspect of it, or you're not looking for something necessarily vegetarian, it's still an unbelievably delicious appetizer. I just had dinner last week at the California Pizza Kitchen, and of course, I ordered this probably for about the 10th time, which gave me, of course, the inspiration to do this video this week, because it is so delicious, I just felt like I needed to share it with all of my viewers. What this appetizer is, if you've never had it before, are bite-sized pieces of cauliflower that are buttermilk battered and then deep fried and then tossed in a sriracha and lime buffalo sauce. And then it's all topped with what California Pizza Kitchen refers to as a salad made of scallion, celery, fresh cilantro, and then topped with some gorgonzola cheese, and it's just to die for. So let's go ahead and get started with the CPK California Pizza Kitchen Spicy Buffalo Cauliflower Appetizer. It's a mouthful. But before we do, I would like to ask that if you're enjoying this channel, if you find it fun, if you find it informative, but most importantly, if I'm bringing you value by teaching you how to recreate your favorite signature dishes and recipes from the most popular restaurants in your very own home, in your very own kitchen, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me if you haven't already. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give me a thumbs up and write a comment in the comment section below. Not only does it help me with YouTube, of course it does, but it also helps me to learn and to grow with this channel. But most importantly, I want to make sure that I'm bringing you the most amount of value. And I'd also like to show you that recreating restaurant dishes in your own home is not nearly as hard as you think it is. One of my favorite comments that I see over and over again on my videos is that people are so surprised at how easy these recipes are. Not all of them, but for the majority they really are. And I think that people that have never spent any time in the restaurant industry think that restaurant dishes are a lot harder and more complicated than they really are. I am here to tell you that the majority of restaurant recipes are not that hard to recreate. Now, I understand that that is kind of a sweeping generalization. And of course, if I were to show you how to recreate a dish from, say, Patrick O'Connell or Thomas Keller, if I even had the ability to do that, it would probably take you all day to watch. But for the most part, restaurant recipes can be created very easily in your own kitchen. And the reason for that, of course, is because with busy and popular restaurants, they're having to do 300, 400, 500, 600 people a night. And so the processes in the kitchen have to be very streamlined and easy enough to replicate from store to store so that you get that consistency that chain restaurants offer you, which is why you can eat at a California Pizza Kitchen in California, or you can eat at a California Pizza Kitchen in Sarasota, Florida, and you're going to have the same experience. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to lightly steam the cauliflower before we batter and deep fry it, because the time spent in the deep fryer is not enough time to cook the cauliflower all the way through because of the density of cauliflower. I have here my handy little steam basket, and there's enough water in the bottom of this pot to just kind of graze the bottom of the steam basket. If you're working with a whole head of cauliflower, the best thing to do would be to take out the large stem in the center, break off each one of the florets, but some of the bigger florets like this, you're going to have to cut into half or maybe even thirds. You do want to make sure, however, that the florets are all pretty even in size to one another so that they cook evenly. And then carefully, so as not to give yourself a steam burn, go ahead and drop the florets into the steam bath, and then just cover up the cauliflower, and we're going to let these steam for about 4 minutes. But you'll know that they're ready when they are fork tender. Go ahead and remove the cauliflower from the steam bath, and then put these in the refrigerator to halt the cooking process. So on a low heat, start with 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and go ahead and let that melt. To the butter that's melting, we're going to add 1 cup of the Hoi Fong sriracha sauce, which has pretty much become, at this point now, I think, a staple in most American kitchens. And Hoi Fong happens to be the brand that I think most people prefer. It also happens to be the brand that I prefer. And make sure that you're keeping this on a low heat so that the butter and the sriracha do not burn. Let's throw a few dashes of soy sauce into this mixture. I always squint when I squeeze citrus because I'm afraid that it's gonna fly up and hit me in my contacts, which will send you through the roof, trust me. And 1 tablespoon of sugar. And now you want this spicy buffalo sauce to heat all the way through and reduce for about 1.5 minutes. Now that your buffalo sauce has reduced by about 1/3, go ahead and just leave it in this pan, and we're gonna set this off to the side, and we're going to make the batter for the cauliflower. So you wanna start with 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 cups of cultured buttermilk, give your buttermilk a little shake, 2 pinches of kosher salt, and a few turns of cracked black pepper. And then just gently whisk these ingredients together until a smooth batter is formed and all of the flour is incorporated into the buttermilk. So to prepare what California Pizza Kitchen refers to as the salad that they put on top of the buffalo cauliflower, it's really just some julienne scallion and some julienne celery. But I want to show you a little trick that they do with it. So go ahead first and julienne your scallion. Dunk it in an ice bath. Bury it all the way down to the bottom, and that will give the celery and the scallion like a curly look to them, which is kind of fun. So do the same thing with the celery, julienne it, and then dunk it into the ice water. Now is the time to batter and deep fry your cauliflower. So get your cauliflower out of the refrigerator. You've got your batter ready to go, and you've got the fry oil heating up. Whatever it is that you choose to deep fry in, just make sure that the oil is about 2 inches deep. And you also want to get yourself a drip pan so that you can put the cauliflower in this to rest and drain off some of that excess oil once it's done frying. In order to make sure that your oil is hot enough for frying, you want to take a meat thermometer, and you're looking for about 350 to 365 degrees. If you do not happen to have a meat thermometer, one way to know if your fry oil is hot enough is to take some regular tap water and flick it into the oil. Once you can hear that water reacting with the oil in this way, that sizzling, you know that your oil is hot enough for frying. Just take some of your cauliflower, dip it into the batter, make sure that it's nice and well coated. This is the fun and messy part. Take the cauliflower out, put it onto a slotted spoon so that you can dip it into the oil, and put the cauliflower carefully into your fry oil. This is what you're looking for, that beautiful golden brown all the way around. So when your cauliflower looks like this, go ahead and take it out of the oil, put it onto your drip pan, and then just repeat the process with the rest of your cauliflower. Okay, my friends, so now that the cauliflower has had a chance to drain, the only thing left to do is to toss it in our buffalo sauce. And I'm even going to show you how to plate it up exactly like CPK. So take the cauliflower, and working in small batches, you're going to pour a little bit of the sauce over the cauliflower and toss the cauliflower gently in the buffalo sauce, making sure that you don't knock off all of the crispy coating. And this is exactly how they serve it at CPK. So get yourself a nice high quality bottled creamy ranch. Marie's works just fine for me. If you prefer another brand, feel free to use that. Or you can make your own, of course. And then you just want to spoon the ranch dressing onto the plate. Put your buffalo cauliflower on top of the ranch dressing, and then top the cauliflower with some crumbled gorgonzola. Sprinkle it with some fresh cilantro, and then just top it with the little salad that you've made of scallions and celery. And there you have it, friends. The California Pizza Kitchen's spicy buffalo cauliflower. For me, this is kind of a knife and fork appetizer, but I mean, you know, eat it how you'd like to. If you want to pick it up and eat it with your fingers like you would chicken wings, do that too. Oh man, that's good. This is exactly what I had last time I was at California Pizza Kitchen. I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. I hope you enjoy all of my videos. Feel free to hit that notification bell, and that way you'll be notified of all of my upcoming episodes. You can also follow me on all the social medias at Restaurant Recipe Recreations, except for TikTok. I'm not on TikTok yet. I've had a big request from my viewers to feature signature cocktails from popular restaurants, and I'll be doing those in 60-second or less shorts. So be on the lookout for those if you're interested. But until I see you all again, everybody, make it an awesome, awesome day, and thank you for watching. Cheers. I love y'all.